Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one's going to be a boss battle build for Braun Strowman for this current upcoming boss battle. It's got blue gems do 600% more damage, which is 6 times, and then multiply gems have their multiply gems increased by strength 15. Braun has the potential to be solid in this one. I'm not saying he'll be the best. I happen to have him at silver. I also have a powerhouse promoter, so I'm going to use him. And I've kind of worked through bosses with him a few times, and it's been difficult to streamline it. And I feel like I'm finally happy with a build for him that is going to work well with multiply gems. And I'll show you guys what I mean in action so you can see. Um, we'll actually go on a tour here. It shouldn't mess anything up too much, to be honest. Go against another powerhouse in Walter here. So the build set I like for Braun, well, first off, let's start with the strap. If you can swing it for this boss, you're going to want to use the Kid's Lightning to get more blue gems on the board. Break 3 yellow, make 7 purple into blue. And if you have the Real American, use that one. If you don't have those, no big deal. It's just to get more blue gems on the board, because that's the buff gem, right? But if you don't, no big deal. Setup for, just use what you got. Setup is the interesting part. Reverse Chokeslam, choose 3 gems to make into 1 turn countdown gems. Modify a 3x3 area into multiply gems of strength 5. And then it says normal, blow up the board, 7 MP reds. The Beal, which is the choose 6 gems to make into cross break, and the Yokosuka Cutter, which is the buff, 231% buff. That's the important one. Well, it's all important, but Entourage. So if you have Lawler and 17k Santa, the blue move starts charged instantly. That is key. Then you want Montez for matchy match. So that gives you 5 MP on a match. 1 MP for your turn is 6. Santa Hogan is 7. So that gets everything loaded in a swipe. The benefit is, if there's a red match on the board to start, you just put out your countdown gems, right? Because it's loaded right away. Take your swipe to charge your reds. Countdown gem goes off, then your multiply gems are on the board to blow it up. That's like perfect scenario, and that's how it should work most of the time with Ford. So it's simplified the gameplay for this build down enough that it should be very doable to get all of it down on your turn 1 in boss, and should see some pretty decent hits. I'll show you what I mean. Board obviously is going to cooperate. We're going to have red match, no issues there. Let's try and get these where they don't get busted if possible. Let's go here and here and here. Let's do it like that. That looks safe-ish. Kind of ideal situation, like in the sense for us, because we had the red match. That's exactly what we want on a boss. So multiplies go out. You can see blues are 291k, nothing crazy yet, till we hit the buff. So these are times 5, right? Which is basically almost a million. You can figure if you have your boss buffs, some variants depending on where your Braun's at. Mine's max, star-filled, 60% gem damage strap, right? But anyway, figure about a million on a times 5. They're going to be times 15, so they'll be 4 million. And then the blue gems at 6 times bigger, that's like 24 million per blue gem. So like in this case, you know, a lot. And then we just blow up the board with the cross breaks, right? So you just put them across the bottom. That's why Cena's there, so you can get the whole board. And it'll obviously recycle, no problem. So here you go. Some extra blues. So that's 38 million reduced before the buffs, before the multiply, and before the other the blue buff, right? So do I think he's going to one-shot the boss? Absolutely not. Do I think he's going to do really good damage this way? Yes, and be pretty efficient. I'll run that one more time for you guys so you can see it in action again. And I don't think there's any room on the trainers here. I think for him to work as efficiently as possible, this is the setup. If you want to play risky, you could always do that, and maybe try other things. But I think this is the most efficient way I can see to run him and be consistent. Not as many blues on the board this time. Also, where you can swipe your match sometimes is kind of a pain, right? Because you want to avoid breaking multiply gems if possible. So it doesn't always work out great. And you're going to have to make fast decisions in boss. Luckily, we have the yellow down here on the bottom. Right, so this is where you'd want to set it up for boss. And then boom. And some more blue gem damage. Again, 38 million reduced to 33. So yeah, I think that's going to be a really solid option for Braun. The 2 plates I have just will give you a little bit extra at the end with the blue being buffed and then his buff. So hopefully it helps. Just kind of a different build for Braun. I don't think I've done one like this, but it should be decent for boss. So let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching and good luck this boss.